Hello, Marcus.
Yo, yo, how we doing, Q man?
So excited to have this conversation with you because there are only so many things that we can talk about. But one of the things that I'm really interested in actually surfacing and bringing up to the top of the conversation is why it is so important. This argument and discussion around pricing versus occupancy. That is
Yep.
essentially the number one thing that we're really communicating about right now is I'm going to pull up a slide here. And as you can see, the slide, it talks about occupancy rates by current price spread. And there's a massive thing that I'll read it so that we talk about it. But pricing is one of the most effective ways to attract members and get new bookings. One of the three things that we talk about all the time are you ensuring you're priced competitively amongst your competition? Because we are truly a marketplace, correct?
Yep.
Strong correlation between discount pricing has higher occupancy rates. All right, I can argue that if that's what you want to say is that everybody loves a good BOGO. Everybody loves something on sale. And then the other silly thing that we have to point out is, oh my God, are we surprised to hear rooms priced higher than the average in the same area can take a little bit more time to fill? So with that information being said, Marcus, as we are helping our hosts move toward more occupancy and faster bookings. Let's get into that a little bit, right? From a consulting standpoint, a consultative standpoint, where do you start with? Let's start new hosts, right? That aren't super familiar with our platform. Where would you go? And how would you start with ideas and suggestions for them? This is the old Charles Schwab commercial. While I can't say and I can't promise, past earnings or a predictor of future earnings, what I can tell you is I have so much data. We have so much data that talks about 30, 60, 90 days since activation. And
Yep.
because we're a true marketplace, your house may fill at $240 a room with shared bathrooms. Why? But your house may be listed at 160 and not fill. Why? What is it that is the most important thing once a house goes to activation? It's your listing, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
100%.
so let's focus on the listing, right? If we know pricing, we get a range because we can look at comps. We can look at other rooms that we're competing with on our marketplace. What do
Yep.
the pictures look like? What do the areas look like? How is the description done?
Yep.
Give me some feedback from your side. Where should I start if I'm a new host in an existing market like Phoenix, Vegas, New Orleans, Kansas City? Tell me.
Yeah, we have Gen Now, Gen Wow properties out here. So competition is higher than some of our previous markets. So you can see, just take a gander at Phoenix or Vegas on padsplit.com. You'll see the quality. The bar has been set pretty high by our initial tranche of hosts that help get these markets going. But it really comes down to getting those professional photos done. I believe that that's a one-time sunk cost that brings massive value back.
Simple guidelines. If I have hosts and you have hosts, we all have hosts across the country. They are paying tens of thousands of dollars for renovations.
Yep.
And then I have heard this specifically out of the mouth of a host. I don't want to pay for a professional photographer. I
Many times.
I I, I don't
Sub
understand.
1% of your cost, and it's such a big factor into booking. So
$250. And these pictures are going to last you the next 5 years. And they're going to be the number one indicator and reason why people are booking your rooms.
yep, you
Why
have one
is
chance
that?
to make a first impression, and
Why is that? What I
hard
think
to understand.
what I think may be happening is we don't have enough hosts that go onto our platform and understand the member experience.
Agreed.
And
That's key.
so
I always say step one, if you're learning our platform and you want to digest what we have and what folks are seeing, go on and look at it through a member's lens. Go into your market, search what's available. You can see what's out there for what prices. You can see how many rooms are left in a property, and you can get a decent ballpark on what's competitive without even speaking to anybody from PadSplit.
without a
So,
doubt, like this is a $300,000 investment. It takes you
agreed.
5 minutes to log in, create an account, and go search.
Yep.
It should be done really early in the process if you want to know the truth. Like, I should know what
Very early.
my budget should be set based upon, all right, where am I entering this marketplace, right?
Yep.
What
What's
kind of
your
house am I
competition?
buying? What neighborhood am I buying? And what does the finish have to look like?
Yep.
With that being said, if you're out of the range, so you just saw this chart, it looks like a regular camel hump. If you're on
Yep.
the two ends, right, you should not be surprised when your house takes 2 to 3 times longer to book because you're edge cases, right? Like most people are looking within a certain price range in a certain location. We know that. So
Yep.
as a host, how do I compete within the parameters, the goalposts, let's say? What are some suggestions that you can give to me as a new host on how to improve my bookability?
Professional photos, good listing description, punctual communication is key. I'd say if you have a new listing and your property doesn't have bookings yet, when somebody's putting a submission in, make sure that you're getting a response to them within the hour, not waiting a day, 24 hours, 48 hours. You got to put yourself in the member's shoes. A lot of these folks are looking for something available either within the next 48 hours or within the week. So having some confidence that there's a human being on the other side definitely goes to increasing bookabilities.
North of 14,000 rooms across the country.
Yep.
North of 14,000. Like our product works. Our product meets a need that members are taking advantage of and getting value out of. So
Yep.
the first step that we have to overcome is booking. Will a member book my room? And you just said the 3 greatest things: professional photos, it's priced accordingly, and the member experience moving in. What do you mean by that? Can you expand on what are some downside things of a bad member experience that leads to somebody not moving in?
So let's say on move-in day, they're getting access to the property. You may have bi-weekly or monthly cleanings scheduled. If those are scheduled on the 15th and the 30th, and they move in on the 29th or the 14th, they might not see the common area condition of the property in the best case. So being aware of that, communicating that early on during the booking process.
That's
If they are
gold.
coming in on those days, giving them the heads up, letting them know what that calendar of events are for the property, so they realize that the host does care and they are going to be having a clean property. I'd say that's the biggest one, and it kind of ties back into the professional images. Like, you want to put out an accurate assessment of what your property is, and members tend to stick and stay and have good tenure when they see that they're getting the product as advertised and at a competitive rate. It's really
Stop.
tough to
Stop.
deny.
Everybody push record and save, because what Marcus just dropped was gold.